Well, good morning, fifth graders. This is for Wednesday, May the 6th. And these are 5 key words. I don't necessarily need you to write these down, but I'm focusing on these 5 key words today because this is the 5 key words that go with our assignment today. Prism, pyramid, cone, cylinder, sphere. I'll say them again. Prism, pyramid, cone, cylinder, sphere. What you're going to be doing today is looking at different figures and making a determination as to which type of figure that they are. Now, we're going to go a little beyond what the assignment is actually going to have you do because I think you're smart people and you can handle it. Here in your screen right now, all of these 4 figures are prisms. A prism has 2 shapes, 2 bases. See the top, the bottom, the top, the bottom, the top, the bottom, the top, the bottom. And then they have rectangles in between connecting those 2 bases. So you can see in all of these figures, there's a top and a bottom of a certain shape, and then connecting it in the middle is all rectangles. Whenever you have a figure like that, that is a prism, okay? But we're going to kind of go in a little more detail during our video today, even though you don't have to for your assignment. Mr. Swack is going to just give you some free extra information at no extra charge to you here today. So, each of these prisms has a specific name. We name it by the base. If we look at this base, the base is a rectangle. So this is what we call a rectangular prism. If we look at this figure, we see that it has 6 sides. So it is a hexagon. We have hexagons as bases connected by the rectangles. And since this is a hexagon, we call it a hexagonal prism. We go to this one up here. This is a 5-sided figure. A 5-sided figure is called a pentagon. You know that from our polygons. So we have a pentagon basis, thus making this a pentagonal prism. We look at this one. This figure here has 8 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's an octagon, like a stop sign. So we have octagons as bases. So this is what we call an octagonal prism. So that's prisms. The next one we're going to focus on is pyramids. Now, I'm sure you've seen pictures of the pyramids over in Egypt or something like that. But essentially a pyramid has a base and then of some sort of polygon, whether it's a triangle, a rectangle, a square, pentagon, who knows? Okay, but it's got some sort of polygon shape as its base. And from each side of that base is a triangle that goes up and meets at a point at the top. As you can see in all of these 3 figures, there's a base, some sort of shape at the bottom, and from each side, a triangle goes up and meets at the point. So, once again, we have more specific names of pyramids as well. We see that this pyramid has a triangle as a base. So this is a triangular pyramid. We see that this figure has a square as a base, making this a square pyramid. We see that this figure has a pentagon. It has 5 sides. Okay, so it's a pentagon base with 5 triangles, one from each side going and meeting at the point at the top, making this a pentagonal pyramid. All right? We're also going to be looking at some other figures today, what we call non-polyhedrons. Pyramids and prisms are known as what we call polyhedrons. So, kind of so we have that. Basically, a polyhedron have faces that are polygons, 3-dimensional figures. Okay, they have different bases. So these are what we call polyhedrons, and sometimes figures have curved surfaces, which make them non-polyhedrons. polyhedrons. So really, an easy way to remember the difference between polyhedrons and non-polyhedrons are whether or not they have curved surfaces. Prisms and pyramids, as you saw, do not really have curved surfaces, so they are polyhedrons. You will see here in just a minute or so, cones, cylinders, and spheres, they are non-polyhedrons because they do have curved surfaces. So, let's look at some of these. Well, here's a cone. I'm sure all of you have eaten an ice cream cone or something before. Okay, so you understand what a cone looks like. It has a circular base and almost like a rounded triangle sort of thing up to a point. Okay, that's a cone. A cylinder, okay, Mr. Swack enjoys Pringles once in a while. If you ever buy Pringles from the grocery store, they come in a cylinder container with circles at the top and at the bottom, two circular bases with a rounded curved surface. Most of you have played soccer, basketball, okay, a baseball. Any shape like that is considered a sphere. There's really no base. It's just one rounded curved surface, okay? That's what we call a sphere. So when you're playing kickball out at the school during recess or shooting basketball or whatever, know that you are playing with a sphere, okay? So that's our curved surfaces and non-polyhedrons, cone, cylinder, and sphere. So specifically what you're going to be doing on your assignment, and you're only working on pages 1 through, problems 1 through 9. So we're going to have this here, and it says classify the solid figure, write prism, pyramid, cone, cylinder, or sphere. All you're going to be doing is figuring out which of this is prism, pyramid, cone, cylinder, or sphere. Okay, you're not even required to be specific as to what type, whether it's a triangular prism or a rectangular pyramid or what. They just want prism, pyramid, cone, cylinder, or sphere. We gave you a little extra information. So when I look at this figure, well, what I see is I see two triangles, and they're all connected by a bunch of rectangles. Okay, so that would definitely be a prism. When I look at number 2, I just see a rounded surface. Okay, so you're right. That would definitely be a sphere. When I see this one, well, the fact that I see triangles coming up and meeting at a point, that should click in my brain that that is a pyramid. More specifically, a hexagonal pyramid. All right. Now, when I look at number 4, once again, I see two bases. I see pentagons. I see rectangles around the middle. I'm going to know that that's a prism. This one here, once again, I see that pentagon base, but I see triangles coming up and meeting at a point. That has to be my indicator that I know in number 5 that that's a pyramid. Number 6 looks a lot like a Pringles can to me with two circle bottoms and the rounded surface. Okay, so number 6 is definitely a cylinder. All right, we're moving right along here. When I look at number 7, 8, and 9, I look at number 7, I see squares or rectangles right here. Okay, and then I see rectangles going on, so that tells me that's a prism. Once again, I'm kind of seeing that Pringles can again. Circles on either side with a rounded surface. So this is a cylinder here in number 8. Number 9 looks like a water cup, maybe, that we get, or an ice cream cone. That tells me that this is a cone with the circular base and the rounded going up to the point. What do I see here? Well, once again, I see triangles going up to the point at the top. More specifically, a triangular pyramid. So I know that this is a pyramid. Once again, number 11, I kind of see almost very something similar that I see in number 7. I see some rectangular bases at the top and the bottom, and then rectangles all around the middle. That tells me that this is a prism. This one here too. I see a triangle at the bottom here. I see a triangle at the top, connected by rectangles coming from all three sides of those triangles. That tells me in number 12, that is most definitely a prism. Same thing here in number 13, just a different type of prism. I see a prism here with Six-sided bases, that tells me that this is a hexagonal prism. Hexagons at the top and the bottom with rectangles around. That tells me that this is a prism. Well, once again, the fact that I see the triangles going up to the top, that's got to tell me that here in number 14, that's a pyramid. Okay, a square pyramid, a square base with 4 triangles going up. 14 is going to be a pyramid. Our last one before you just go with the assignment. Once again, we're kind of seeing these octagons here at the top and the bottom, connected by rectangles there in the middle. We have to know that this is a prism, an octagonal prism. Okay, you don't need to be specific on your assignment. Okay, the directions, all you need to write for your pictures, and you're just doing 1 through 9 only: prism, pyramid, cone, cylinder, or sphere. Okay, 5th graders, if you watched this video in its entirety, I am 100% sure that watching this video is going to take you longer than actually doing the assignment, worksheet 11.5. I will be available to help as needed on Wednesday, May the 6th during our normal Zoom time. All right, 6th grade, talk to you later. Bye.